Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, Commissioner. First, I don't know how anybody else feels in this room, but it's got to be the safest place in the Capitol building. Today is the first day of the texting ban. And it's a shame that we had to put that law in, because I think it's common sense. I think it's hard to walk and text. And I don't even do that. And yet, you know that they're out there doing it. And the drivers have no idea. They're not only their lives, but the lives of the motoring public. Are you going to put an effort? I hate to bring that up with the conflict the problem that you have here, to try to get people to realize that you're going to get stopped, you're going to get fined.
Yes, we have two prongs to our work. One is the enforcement, which we are going to be stopping people and hopefully getting the word out that way, but also education. I think, at least from what we're seeing, and we don't have firm statistic on this because we're just starting with the texting law, but it seems to be the younger you are, the more likely you are to text. And so you'll get young drivers, 16 to 18, 19 years old. I don't understand it. I don't do it, but they're doing it, and it's extremely dangerous. It's distracted driving, and as much as anything, and reason I supported this particular law, and I feel so strongly about it, is where you see the accidents. I mean, any accident's tragedy, especially where there's deaths, but when you see young people dying, wow, what a shame. And so that's where we're going to be putting our effort.
Well, thank you. We talked about the complement, and everybody's bringing up some issues, that there is a complement problem, but there was the proposal out there to generate $8 million from vehicle fines to the municipalities that don't have police. Instead of giving them the fines, hire more police. And I know we talked about it last year. How are such fine revenues currently distributed? They get 50%, am I correct?
Yes, the municipalities do, yes.
And if we do receive these additional funds, and hopefully it's something that we do look at, how would the monies be spent?
Well, the money is what I understand from talking to looking at the governor's budget, will be directed towards our radio system and safety equipment for the Pennsylvania State Police. And it is an urgent issue with the state police. Our backup radios, the VHF, that we've had for 25 years, the frequencies are being taken away by the FCC. Now, this has been a 10-year process, but it's at the end of this year, unless there's a waiver granted, those radios will go away. We in the state police have to have a backup radio system. When we come into crises like we did with the flooding recently, the 800 megahertz system didn't perform in the northern tier. That's where we have our biggest problems with radios. If we had not had a backup radio system, it would have been a disaster. We have to have some type of radio communication 100% of the time. What we're looking at is a narrow-banded VHF. We're doing tests on the radio now, but there's no money in the budget for the radios. So I'm hopeful that this legislation will provide that, but if it doesn't, we still need the radios.
And that'll be at one time, but in the future years, you could use that money probably to hire more police, correct?
We could use that for a number of things. Also, our 800 megahertz radio system is the radios are pretty much done now. Yeah. I mean, they're going to stop supporting them, so we have to buy new radios for that. We don't have that money in the budget. And once again, communication is critical to our mission.
Agreed. In the governor's proposal, there's a new cadet class. How many troopers do you anticipate putting into the class?
Well, we're going to start with 115. We generally would anticipate between 90 and 95 graduating.
Okay. One last question. This one probably is going to have to be researched, and hopefully someone can get back to me. I asked this question to the Secretary of Health the other day. Our guys in Monroe, the Swiftwater Barracks, does a great job with the DUI stops. The problem is when they go to the hospital's claiming that we owe them about $500,000 because of the drawing of the blood. They've done such a fabulous job. Who's going to reimburse the hospital? And I have, to this point, I haven't received an answer.
I'll have to get you an answer on that.
I figured.
We'll take a look at that, and
I appreciate
we'll
that.
get back to you.
Thank you very much.
You bet.